Virgo Sun, Moon, and Rising. My name is Misty, and I'm going to be your reader, your intuitive reader for January 2020. We're going to look at some of the astrology that's taking place for you. Not so much an astrologer, I'm more of a reader, but I do like to use the astrology as kind of a guide map for looking at the month for you. And we're going to pull cards and see what energies and what's really coming through for you guys. Some of you have been losing some energy. The very first thing that we see pop out is the Seven of Swords. So somebody's draining you. Like there's some energy vampires, you know. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, so Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, January 2020. Yeah, whoever that is. I'm trying to think of this book that we have here in the store that that was like, I don't know, letting go of energy vamp. I don't know. It was a funny title. Maybe if it comes back to me, I'll tell you guys. Yeah. I mean, you know, you think about what gives you energy versus what doesn't give you energy. So I also want to talk about the Saturn Pluto Conjunct because everybody's talking about it. If you haven't heard about it, like, it's going on. It's taking place in your 5th house for you. So that's child, romance, play, playfulness, and that sort of thing. So these are those sort of relationships and that sort of energy that is where that Saturn Pluto is happening. And that's a big 35, 37 year cycle for you of a reset of play. So that's going to be really great, and I'm really interested to see how that energy is going to be for the whole month. We're going to be working with a couple different decks, Virgos. This is my old trusty Rider-Waite deck. And then I have a Shamanic Healing Oracle deck that I really, really love. It's really beautiful. Really vibe with it. And then I have a Sovereign Oracle deck, which is really good to look at projects and that sort of thing. I do business intuitive readings, among other things. And then the Angel Intuitive we'll pull at the very end to really kind of see what's happening or what healing energies and what's around you in that sort of way as well. Okay, I figure out which way is up in this one. We're going to keep it this way. Yeah, immediately I'm seeing the balance of giving and receiving. I'm seeing a change in your tribe taking place, and this really makes sense. We have the 6 of Pentacles, so we have the guy with the scales. This really makes sense with you weighing on what gives you energy versus what takes your energy. And this lunar eclipse that happens right at the 10th, 11th, depending on where you are. This lunar eclipse is in Cancer, which is your 11th house, which is all about society, all about tribe. So you might need, some of you are probably going to be letting go of a tribe. Some of you might be moving towards a new tribe or have a new tribe come in. And you're really going to be able to follow what doesn't feel good for you versus what feels good for you. So for Virgos very much are workers. You guys like to work. I mean, you are the workers of the deck for sure. And what we're seeing here is you guys really getting into those emotions and really feeling the feels as well. And there's a lot of what feels like somebody that's been really struggling and really dealing with some defensiveness and just one thing after another that seems to be coming in. And really there's this longing to really leave the situation that you've already been in. You had a big desire to leave and a lot of inspiration that's already happened. I'm feeling some new energy around like home life, whether it's a renewal, where there's like a renewal of the energy that's taking place at home, or for some of you is actually a moving for you and a moving to a different location. You know, it is a general reading, so it's a little bit different. And some of you have been involved. We get the 3 of Cups reversed. I mean, some of you have been involved with some things that aren't so good for you. And you really also at the same time, if I put it this way, I'm really getting that cusp of that 5th house of play, fun, playfulness, and that 11th house of society. And so there's that pull between the two. The pull between definitely the two. And there's an ending that's about to take place here at the beginning of the month. And that ending, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it really is around that home life, and it really is around the friend life. It's around both of those two things. And don't resist the change. I feel somebody that's resisting the change, and that's causing quite a bit of agony. So there's a need to release some of the change that's been taking place. There's a lot of, look where people aren't playing nice with each other. Are you the one that's playing nice with other people, or are they not playing nice with you? These issues are really, depending on where you are really going to come into focus of, you know, selfish energy and how people are hanging out and how people are doing. But this is showing up in your card, and so your environment might bring you something from your tribe and around your house, one or the other. There's something that's coming in, a message that's coming in that doesn't feel too good. There's some storm clouds around it for sure. I mean, geez, look at him. He's like in there. I mean, you see the storm clouds. I mean, and just this sense of impatience and this sense of like being rushed. And this is not what you're looking for. I mean, you are ready to really like own your, you're really ready to set out on your own. You're ready for success. You're ready to own your own business. You're ready to be in control. You're ready to ride the horse. You're ready to be there. You're also a little intimidated by it. You got both going on simultaneously. But your guidance here, your guidance very, very strongly here is, yeah, to lean into that. To definitely lean into that. Lean into being on your own, owning your own business, and that sort of thing. Really owning your own business. Now, I'm still kind of at the beginning of the month, this full moon eclipse energy. I'm going to start, we're going to pull these cards, and the first couple of them will be for the first half of the month, and the last one will be for the second half of the month, closer to this new moon that's going to take place. But we'll finish up here, and we're probably going to pull this other deck as well, so because we ain't in no hurry. There's a need to use some discernment. I mean, there's really something happening around your love life. It looks like there's yeah, you got some sexual energy that's coming in right here at the middle of the month as well. And really there's some discernment. There's a lot of emotions here, and there's almost like there's something in the shadows that's taking place. And there's a lot of emotions. So really use your discernment around sexual energy and around things like that. Now, I do feel something of like somebody could have a soulmate or a lover coming in, and there's being a sacred space created for forgiveness with that person. If that's you, and you're feeling that, it's really, really important to just slow down the impatientness, slow down the rushing feelings that seem to be taking place, and really allow that space of being able to see that there is really no right and wrong. There is, you know, there is what is in the light and what is in the dark. There's shadow and there's light. There's two sides to every single story that's taking place here. There's two sides. There's two sides, and every single person has a sacred space. Every single person does. Some of you are really going to be creating a sacred space at home. Wow, that feels really good. I mean, wow, it feels really good to create that sacred space at home for you. And from that place, that inward place of that sacred space within, you're then able to go without with it. Okay, Virgo, January 2020. My Virgos, January 2020. Okay. Hang on, we're not done, guys. There's been some confusion that's taken place and some almost uncertainty. And in that space, there's a lot of excitement as well. There's somewhere where there's been some excitement and uncertainty, and you're really being called to begin to let that area go, which is very interesting. It's not saying lean into that. It's saying that it's actually time to let that space go. Yeah, very, very interesting. There's this basis, this solid foundation of maintenance. So the earthly realm is actually begging for your attention, Virgo. It's actually begging for your presence here. And it's asking you to come here, come back, and self-care. And there's this idea of self-caring for yourself, and also self-care for your space around you, your home life, your sacred space around you. And if you can find the enjoyment in that stewardship, in that care. Really embody yourself to be present here and appreciate being present here. So if you stand at the same time, I'm seeing you standing in your own power. This is getting past some of those areas that you have been stuck at, standing in your own, in yourself. And once you're completely grounded in yourself and you know what you want to do, then is the time to move forward, because there's going to be some spaces where there's that confusion and like excitement, confusion. And so that's what we want to breathe through and kind of begin to release a little bit, and wait for that good, clear feeling and get completely embodied in the self, completely embodied. And I see some sort of partnership coming in as well. I see some sort of partnership coming in as well. I see like a new career, a new work project, something like that, even maybe a new relationship. And it's really, really starting to balance the mind. So things that once seemed impossible are going to start to feel possible. I mean, finally. I mean, you're turning you're really turning something from base metal all the way to gold. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So there's areas where you really need to examine where you've been complacent and really recommit to your passions, and your deeper passions in yourself. So this is an opportunity for you to really stretch out, for you to really find who you are, to find a new health in your body. I mean, again, I'm getting this is more towards the end of the month as this, sacred space energy comes in. So there's gifts that are really awaiting you in these challenges that are right in front of you at the beginning of this month. Those gifts will come. Those gifts are coming by the end of the month. So, our very last cards that we're going to be pulling. We're going to pull some angel cards. Yeah, and again, I'm seeing a soulmate relationship that's renewed or new, that needs some healing work. You're really, you're getting help from the other side with this one. So these are, what does our Virgo need to see? Yeah, and it's so funny. Like I feel your spirit guides being like, hey, we're here, we're helping. We want you to know that you're helping. We want you to let go of your worries and just release some of the things that you're worried about, and really feel the blessings that are trying to come to you, that are coming through, because you're very, very sensitive and also something of a natural born leader. So knowing that that's partly who you are, is really, really good to understand that sensitivity and understand that leadership skill, but that's also that need for that sacred space. So as you nurture and you care for yourself and your own inner child, with all this fifth house, it's so funny. It says, as you nurture a child, this is his nurture. That's so funny. Yeah, so this is hilarious because it's your fifth house. So this is about your own inner child. So if you're around children, awesome. If you can be around children, do creative things with children, play with children, super healing, super balancing for you this month. Super, super balancing for you this month. But these activities are important for you right now. They're very, very important for you. So, and working on that inner child part of you, and what passions did you have then? So, all right. I think that's it for you guys, Virgo. So my name's Misty. If you want to book a private reading, you can do that down below. I also have some really cool events taking place in the Southeast, from Orlando, Jacksonville, Savannah areas. And you can always find me not always, but right now you can find me in-house at Spiral Circle in Orlando, Florida. And come see me face to face and sit down and talk. So I'm doing business intuitive readings and all sorts of stuff. All right, Virgo, Happy New Year. I hope that it's a beautiful one. And I hope that 2020 gives you 2020 vision. All right, blessings.